questions. They might know about lawyers who can help us. You know, and I think Occupy should reach up the food chain.
Patrick, what's the name of the book?
Oh, Super Capitalism.
Just wanted to be quick. Earlier we mentioned Mr. Colbert. If you go on the show that comes after the Daily Show, it's by
Colbert Report.
Huh?
The Colbert Report.
Colbert Report. Thank you. Anyway, if you'd see that, you would know, you'd have information to be able to know that it talks about super PACs and what the exact limitations are, and it's like hilarious. The limitations are like some kind of joke you cannot even believe. It's basically where two balls cannot be inside of one another, but they can be touching. So if you watched it, you would. It's hilarious. So thank you very much.
Real quick, I just want to support this idea. It might be difficult to get the state to do it initially, but if we all do locally what Lancaster did, and we can get a snowball effect, just like we were talking about with small protests. If it's all the same protest and it's rolling across the state, the press will have to pick up on it as well. Even though we don't get the state to do it, it becomes like a tide or a wave, and we're all on the same page, even if we're doing it on our own page at home.
Point of information. Is what Lancaster did purely symbolic?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's purely symbolic.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So on that, so symbolism, it's a Supreme Court case. So the way we have to do it is either get a constitutional amendment that Bernie Sanders introduced, or we can try to. In Montana they had a 100-year law in the book about corruption, and they ruled that they kept their law and they went against the Supreme Court decision. So that's going to have to go up to the Supreme Court. That I think some people are saying that pressuring them to do it so they're not going against what the Supreme Court said. So basically, what we want to do is put pressure on the Supreme Court to change their mind, because it was like a 5-4 decision. So we just need to swing that one vote to change that. And then the other option is, keep someone elected next presidential election, because if there's, in my personal opinion, if there's a Republican that's elected, they're going to vote someone in that's going to elect someone who's not a good Supreme Court candidate, because there's. That's my point.
Yeah, I wanted to add as a footnote to the earlier point that I was making, about reaching up to major, well-known opponents, of the Citizens United decision. If we could get them involved with our actions, like for example, to come speak at our actions, that would really help to get press coverage. It would help us get national press coverage.
Yeah, with any of our issues.
Those people cost a lot of money. Good luck. Jesse Jackson starts at $50,000.
Well, I was
Yeah, he came down to Occupy.
Well, I was thinking of someone who voluntarily support Occupy. I was thinking of someone who voluntarily support Occupy.
Yeah.
We might be able to get them.
I'm not against it. I just think that it's a lot of effort to get people to places. We can do this without higher-ups.
I don't know that we'll get the press, however.
Okay, well then make
the press
a
is
relationship
important.
with the press.
Oh.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, we had a very large, well-known person came speak in Harrisburg, and it was very uplifting, positive energy, and gave us a lot of great ideas, including a play and as well as other actions that we could do. The Funeral for Fairness was one of the things. It was a great idea. Thank you.
I just think, in terms of what you guys are discussing,
I don't think it can hurt to ask. Like you said, someone who voluntarily is willing to come in. I say that's definitely a fair option. As far as things costing money, I know with some other occupiers they discuss, the budget and stuff, and certainly that could be an issue to talk about in the future. But I mean, I think the issue of just having someone volunteering right now is it doesn't hurt to ask. It doesn't take much effort to put it out there.
I think we.
Oh, I can't see him usually.
Just on that whole press, getting the guy to speak and everything, I agree. I think it wouldn't hurt to ask at all. I think that's a good idea. And I also agree with most people. I think that press is desirable, and good press, and a lot of good press is desirable. I hope it doesn't become a fulcrum on which we make decisions. I think that should come second. But if we can get those people in, there's no reason not to. I just don't want to end up utilizing too many resources in that direction, which could be utilized for other things. That's all.
Okay, so some ideas were brought up, engaging the local government, bringing guest speakers in, and
Celebrity guest speakers.
celebrity guest speakers. What else can we do to overturn a constitutional amendment which clearly is against the will of the people? It is completely taking control out of our hands. I mean, this is against core American principles. Ed, do you have?
I wouldn't suggest protesting on the Supreme Court steps.
All camp for that one. All camp for that one.
Jack?
On the Hill yesterday, they were discussing campaign finance reform. So I don't know if, I didn't get a chance to go in and read it in depth, but that is one of the things they're discussing on the Hill. It could be moot if they change the whole thing.
Yeah, give like public finance.
Right.
I have a question and a quick response to that. I think what we're seeing now with the sudden interest in Congress about campaign finance reform is because of the meme that started in Occupy of all corporate money out of politics. So they'd rather tweak it a little and keep their gravy train going than let our idea catch on. That's number one. But my question is, how do the states begin the process of a constitutional amendment? I know it can bubble up, and if 2/3 of the states agree on something, the Congress is then mandated to take that up and discuss it and vote on it. How do we get the state, and then state by state, to begin that process? I don't know how.
Do we have time? I would like to move on to the gas drilling in the Susquehanna River Basin. Does anyone want to speak on that and introduce this topic to the group?
I'm sorry, I was distracted.
Carl was calling on you because he thinks you have information regarding gas drilling and fracking.
And the river rights.
I would defer to Occupy Scranton. That's been their passion, and I think they're more knowledgeable than I am. My interest is because I'm from the Wilkes-Barre area, and I pay I pay closer attention because I have children and grandchildren there that are directly impacted. But I clearly am not a subject matter expert.
Okay, I would agree with you based on my visit to Scranton. Can I hear from somebody from Scranton who's engaged in the gas drilling topic?
Well,
Go ahead, Patrick.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, would you like background, or would you like suggestions?
I would a good background so anybody that hasn't been following it can have a base understanding. A couple suggestions, and then we'll turn it over to Stacks.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, maybe I'll stand up for this one. Make sure the pants stay. Losing weight.